Has there ever been a threat as insidious in nature, as unclean in aspect as that of the Genestealer Cult? Unthinkable is their perversion in human form, yet damnably hard to detect. The Shadow Throne. The Noose Titan. The Imperial forces deployed to the polar archaeologies fought with hate-filled fury. Perhaps it was fear of their inquisitorial masters. Perhaps it was revulsion at discovering such a taint upon the throne world. They drove all before them, regardless of casualties, incinerating structures to slay even a single suspected xenocultist, charging the enemy's guns for a chance to slay the interlopers. No man nor woman would fail the master of mankind, while they fought to protect his very sanctum. It was with understandable frustration, then, that the vengeful masses obeyed Vasmir's command to halt their advance mere levels above the undertunnels of Victarium Neculis. Their reluctance turned to awe when word spread of the Oramite armoured giants who had passed through the cordon and down into the Underdark. Adeptus Custodes, accompanied by cold-eyed Sisters of Silence, came to deliver the Emperor's vengeance in person. What the whispering soldiery did not realize was that this small band did not merely seek to exterminate the enemy. Following a strategic conference with Inquisitor Vasmir's conclave, the elite warriors had instead determined that the Patriarch at the heart of the infestation must be taken alive. Whether so alien a thing could be interrogated or its secrets laid bare remained to be seen. If there was the slightest chance, then it had to be attempted. Only in this way could the defenders of Terra be certain that the entire infestation had been contained, and that no further xenos taint existed elsewhere within the ancient and mysterious depths of the throne world.
The Imperial oppressors seek to extinguish the light of our truth. They know that the dark power cast by their falsehoods cannot long endure its searing touch, and that they shall be blinded by our glory.
In the deep dark of the polar underways, alarm rippled through Gestalt xeno-hybrid minds. Their Imperial oppressors knew they were coming. The cult of the pauper princes was not prepared. The uprising was still countless brood cycles away, the infiltration of vital assets barely begun. On a world with such overbearing and continuous surveillance, the Patriarch's brood had struggled to gain purchase amongst those with weaponry and positions required to advance the cause. Worse, some still nebulous force worked against its will, dulling its compulsions, and rendering even dull labour serfs and gang fighters resistant to the message. It knew that its cult cell was not alone in this, that the worms of the tendril and the shadowed others knew similar struggles. The Patriarch was not discouraged, for such a concept was utterly alien to its inhuman consciousness. It would fight on, attempting to overthrow the oppressors against the odds. It no less could have done so than it could have annihilated itself upon a whim. It was, however, pragmatist enough to comprehend that its brood here faced a premature war, one that they could not win in the conventional sense. The legions of the oppressors gathered around. Their merciless purges moved level by level through the archaeologies, rousting embedded cult cells and slaughtering them in one-sided gunfights. Hunting parties penetrated the deepest tunnels and sealed them with controlled explosions, cutting off the Patriarch's escape as effectively as the layers of barricades, stablights, and armoured warriors that locked into place about the archaeologies day by day. One by one, the outer archaeologies fell, their cells vanishing from the Patriarch's gestalt perception. Like sensory organs, suddenly severed. It was lessened with each loss, whilst those it dispatched to regain control or secure routes of egress were hunted and slaughtered without fail. Soon, Only Varcology of Vectorum Nidulus, in whose deepest depths the Patriarch sat in its throne, remained unconquered. Even here, the noose was tightening, the upper levels and outer tunnels being closed down one at a time. Then came the inexorable pause. The cult's pursuers and persecutors halted their advance, and in doing so, they offered a chance of escape.
The Patriarch that established its cult beneath Vectorium Nidulus was known to its followers as the Vegetor. Amongst its many devoted soldiers, none had the same brilliance with explosive demolitions as the Reductus Saboteur Mercy Thrak. During the short existence of this cell of the cult of the Pork Princes, Thrak blasted out brood nests from the undertunnels and eliminated intruding gang scum with booby traps and tunnel demolition. She was praised by her brood brothers and sisters for her skill at fashioning powerful explosives from the most ragtag components, and for maintaining a cool head when deploying them, even when under enemy fire. There are many different Genestealer cults, each with its own name and quirks. The cult of the Pork Princes first arose upon the slum world of Chance's Vale. They spread rapidly through the Silene miners and ill-disciplined local defense regiments until they had virtually taken the planet over entirely. At the direction of their magus, Matrovich Tendark, they snuck cells upon the void ship Just Strength and carried their message to the stars. How that message came to take root upon holy Terra itself is a mystery that one the Ordo Xenos very much want answered.